will never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy. We must be cautious.
All right. Hey, everybody. It's episode 13 of the Weekly Rogues Gallery. We're somewhat on time this time, not as late as usual. Thanks for sitting through the credits with a bunch of people that probably won't even make it on the show tonight, but I'm too lazy to keep changing it each week. So if you're on the show once, you go in the intro and that's it. Anyway, we got a lot to talk about. There's quite a bit going on this week. Hopefully we'll get to at least one or two of the topics we got planned, but let's go ahead and start introductions so that we can finish that by the time we actually end the show tonight in about an hour and a half.
Selena, put the mic away from your mouth.
No, just talk.
Who's
Let's
playing
Selena
the
on the
gal
spot.
cutesy noise in the background? That's Professor freaking.
Wait a minute, hold on. Is that Joker's voice?
That is.
That's Butters.
You need to put a flamethrower on the top of Butters and send him out like that robot dog.
Wait, hold
The
on.
robot dog.
Can he actually do Joker's voice? Like Mark Hamill's voice?
Yeah. You haven't heard that?
Do it now.
You'll just have to wait till I get introduced.
What? You want to rev up your
What's that?
Harley?
Did I stutter?
Yes.
All right. Well, let's go around. We'll start with Professor Savage. Dad, what's going on, man? How's your week going so far?
Not bad. Just, chilling out. I don't have anything planned this weekend. This is my last show of the week. I'll be filming some stuff this weekend for some videos I'm hoping to have edited and out by the 30th. on my comic channel. Now that
Yeah.
my voice is returning after fucking Vegas and allergies and yelling at my children, I'm ready to film something again. So it's time to
Right
get that
on.
done. Be getting that done this weekend. That's kind of it. That and putting up my above ground pool from Costco. That's my big plans I got coming up. Nothing
You
else.
got one of them redneck specials, didn't you?
Fuck yeah. That thing's huge.
Nice.
It's got a sand filter that's like fucking huge. It's like a 20-foot pool. It's gigantic. It's gonna be awesome.
You gonna put some like wood paneling around it, little fenced in area.
No, I'm gonna do one of those. I'm gonna build a deck beside it.
Okay, that's kind of what I meant. Yeah.
Pull a car up and
Nice.
put it on blocks beside it too.
That's the bottom of the deck. That's what I'm gonna build the deck on.
Yeah, car on blocks.
Right on, man. You ought to film that. Do a redneck DIY on the.
Just
the
3D
old
print
pool.
you a deck. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. I mean, I 3D print. I'll 3D print you a deck. I mean a dick. I mean a deck. Shit.
I got one of them.
Freudian slip.
Take it
Nice.
far enough in.
Nice.
I know, right?
All right. Well, going right around, making his first appearance on the show. I've been trying to get you on for a long time, man. So I'm glad you could finally make it. Joker's voice. What's going on, dude? What's going on?
Oh, if I was any more amazing, I would be illegal. Excuse me, I've got a call here. Stephen, I'm sorry, I can't do your film. Sydney Sweeney's already calling me for her next film. Please stop calling this number.
Mr. J, you want to fuck me?
If it's not my parole officer, it's fucking directors trying to get me to do everything. Dear God in heaven. Hello, everyone. Hello. Yes, new show, new faces. Let's do a little shenanigans, shall we? Hello,
Right on.
folks from my chat today. I got the Clue channel, Fletcher CLS Studios. Welcome, people. Welcome. The water's fine. I didn't put any Joker venom in it. Don't worry.
I'm gonna do this too.
To the aliens
Somebody
again.
had a stroke, or was that just
Happen
me?
again.
That's someone's mic game.
No, it was Jay's butt making sounds again.
Holy
yeah.
effing God.
It's
got
a
him
gateway
muted.
into the void of beyond.
Mhm.
Lord.
Something
why
out
it's
of
got an
Lovecraft.
Yikes.
I think so. Well, man, I'm glad you could make it. And we're gonna go and
Likewise.
talk about some interesting stuff here this evening.
You want to rev up your
Now-
Holly?
All right.
Oh, dear.
Oh, hey, he changed his picture
Okay.
too. That's cool.
No male Holly impressions, please. We don't go that way. That's another wing of Arkham. We don't go there. It's weird.
Oh, you got to see his cosplay pictures. They're actually pretty hot. So, speaking of hot, Vagabond, what's going on, man?
Nothing much, just work. Is that mine?
Oh, yeah, that was you that time.
You for real? Or no, or someone's messing with me.
There you go. Now you're good.
No, you're good now. You're good now.
So I didn't change anything. So well, maybe my phone's too close, I don't know. But yeah, I'll just be around everywhere. I got a convent cons in May to go to. I'll probably be doing something almost every weekend. Concerts and heavy metal fest and a bunch of other stuff.
Nice.
Right on.
Yeah.
Exactly. JackTarLad, what's up, dude?
Yeah, I'm good. I hope everyone else is doing very well. I hope you and Selena are good. I missed the last episode, didn't I? But yeah, I'm back again this week. I've been doing a few streams. Go and check them out. If you want to go check me out on Twitter at JackTarLad, you can see my link tree in my bio there. It's got all the links to YouTube and Rumble and all those kinds of things. So go watch my content, stick a thumb up. I get a nice warm feeling when you stick a thumb up in there. So
Gross.
yeah, do that.
All right.
Is that going to be the bit for the night?
Okay.
Professor?
I think that's what it's going to be for the rest of the night, mate.
We're off to a
someone
great
is making
start.
an echo. Don't know where it's coming from, but it's definitely not coming from Professor Savage Dad or Jay's, but I know that
Couldn't
much.
be either one of them.
Could be coming from you.
Nope.
Who knows?
Diesel, what's
Anyway.
up, dude?
Hey, man. It's 4/26, man. It's Alien Day. I have seen lots and lots of cool stuff on Twitter, which was cool. Like Fede Alvarez has a little remote control face hugger he's driving around in one of these videos. It's awesome. I have to show you that.
Oh, no
It's
shit.
like, yeah, he's got like the whole. I hope he doesn't like just give fuck you up and give the bait and switch for this movie, because I'm already way past the point of no return about having hope for this film with all the practical effects and stuff. So
now, was that a film or a series?
no, this is the movie. This is not that bullshit series that's coming out on whatever. This is taking place, but the series is supposed to take place 20 years before Alien. This takes place between Alien and Aliens. So it's somewhere around the line. I don't know if you ever played Alien Isolation. I get a lot of Alien Isolation vibes from this film, man. Like actually, like the trailer, part of the trailer looks just like walking through Alien Isolation. If you ever played it, it's like, and it's pretty cool. It's like there's technology. Part of the technology is gonna be old, like from Alien, like in Alien Isolation. Alien Isolation is like basically walking into the movie Alien. It's got all the old school screen. It's even got a poster on the wall that looks like it's 70s. It says something about lice. But and then part of the station's gonna be have newer technology, and the way that the dude is explaining all of this stuff is cool. Like he's talking about, you know how when you watch Prometheus, you're just like, man, they didn't even attempt to bridge the gap.
I don't remember Prometheus. I slept in the theater while I watched it because that movie is
the technology.
Prometheus pissed me off.
Prometheus has all this holographic heads-up display crap, and you're just like, wow, that looks exactly like the 1979 movie, but like the way that Fede Alvarez has actually thought about this stuff, trying to retcon those abomination of films, is like, you took basically truck drivers in Alien, which is going to have like your bottom end of technology. They're kind of going to be on the bottom, just driving around like an old beat up truck, towing stuff, right? Like you've seen, it almost looked kind of like a pulpwood truck driving around, like an old technology like that. Whereas Prometheus has basically the richest dude on the planet. Like if Elon Musk had a ship, that's what he would be flying in. He actually went through all this trouble. He was in an interview explaining this technology, which I thought putting that much thought into trying to retcon some of that stuff was I just gave me hope, and I'm rambling on about that, so I'll shut up.
Well, you're excited about Aliens, so nothing wrong with that. And making his second appearance, Drunken Emerald Arrow from Galaxy Express Media. What's going on, my friend?
Not a whole lot, but now I'm not looking forward to even watching Aliens Prometheus. I buy the entire Blu-ray set of every Aliens movie, and now I just think I'm going to pass on Prometheus.
Spoiler alert! Destroyed.
Yeah, really. I already destroyed my outlook on it. Nothing wrong with that. Not too bad. Doing a lot of rendering of a lot of old DVDs right now. Picked up some good AI software, and
oh really?
Upscaling all of the old DVD, which was in standard video when they did the conversion onto the discs, and actually getting them moved up to full HD. And I tell you what, AI has its purposes, and it does very well.
Well, right on. You'll have to share some of what you've done so we can see it sometime. MSK, are you still alive?
Hello.
All right. Now, moving on to topics.
Black.
No, you did some interviews today. Tell us about it.
I didn't do any, actually. This is the first Friday in like 5 weeks. I don't have a one-on-one, so I can stay a little bit longer this week. The only thing I have is just my Friday show that we usually do, and that's it.
You didn't have a one-on-one, and you didn't ask me to do it. Like
I hate
the
all
one
of you.
chance.
All you are clout chasing pieces of shit. Why would I ever ask you on my channel? What the fuck? What is this? What am I, some clout farm? Actually,
yeah.
So,
are we still on for Sunday?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
so
okay, good.
It'll be you, and then after that, I have Professor. So I'm going from a white guy to James thought Professor was Italian or Puerto Rican. Isn't he Puerto Rican? So I'm going from a white guy to a Puerto Rican. Sounds pretty good. I'm just like America, getting in everyone's business. So, Last week, I said I was going to get all those trailer reactions done. I got them done. People like them, but there's nothing else to react to. So I have a few videos that I did. We're 5 subscribers away from hitting 900. That's pretty much it, actually. I watched the Alien Romulus trailer for the first time. I didn't watch it with you guys because I want to do. I'm doing trailer reactions on my own. We're gonna do I decided we'll just do a project for the Alien movies. We're just gonna watch and review all of them from start to finish. So like the AVP ones will be kind of separate, just the time being. So there's 7 Alien movies, and just like you, I didn't watch Prometheus. Technically no. I was at James' house one night, and he had it on, and I was like, "Oh, that's Prometheus." I hadn't watched that. Slept in like the first 10 minutes. It literally just straight up bored the absolute shit out of me.
I was gonna say, if you need, man, if you're going over some of those movies, dude, I know aliens like the back of my hand, man. Like, and I've got and have watched the quadrilogy which has so many hours. It's got hours and hours and hours of behind the scenes stuff for each of the 4 movies. But like,
what else? What else did I do? Just Joker 2. I'll probably end up rewatching Joker again before the new one, and that's it. I don't think there's any other big franchises that we can do before any new movies come out. I told Selena we do a horror franchise this year, but we still haven't really picked one out to do. I'm pretty sure we said we're gonna do Saw, and Saw 11 comes out this year, so that's probably the one we're gonna do. Good lord, imagine going through 11 of these things. Yeah, a new one's coming out this year.
It's either that or Final Destination.
It's either that or split my throat.
Or Friday the 13th, you got to get a good run out of it.
Oh, that's what I told you guys. I didn't tell you guys this yesterday. Go to Tubi.
Friday the 13th would be great.
Go to Tubi, make it a free account. You can watch their random Tubi horror movies for free. They have shark films there.
Dude, I watch so many. I'm not.
Oh, we watch Tubi all the time for.
I was rewatching Piranha 3D. Oh my god.
Oh man, that movie is trash.
I love that fucking movie.
Man. James Cameron's first directorial debut is like Piranha 2: The Spawning.
Yeah, Piranha 3D was fine to me, but Piranha 3 Double D was like, there's a piranha eating a dude's butthole and shit. I'm like, oh my god, this is straight trash.
Dude, Tubi has not only that, Tubi has so much, dude. It's got a shit ton of animated stuff too, and anime. It's like they've got Transformers Prime, Transformers Animated, Transformers even got the original series. They got Beast Wars. They got a ton of stuff like that. Tubi's great. It's free.
Yeah, Tubi is the treasure chest for every B film that's ever been made.
That's yeah,
absolutely.
That's why I told people if we want to do watch parties for certain movies, just go to Tubi and we just review it after it's done. Yeah, there's so many shark films there. I thought I was hitting the cancer. So many shark films here. Oh my god!
It's got Mega Shark versus Giant Octopus.
Go ahead, Joker.
You could call the show. You could call the show "To Be or Not to Be."
I hate you. I hate European people.
You could also. Tubi has a lot of the. Tubi now has stuff from the Sasuke's sister.
Yeah, they got a new movie out there.
Oh, seriously?
Yep.
Oh yeah, it's a spiritual successor to Living Dead, the black and white Living Dead zombie movie.
Oh yeah, they've been posting about that one.
Yeah.
Is that the one where they make?
I don't care how bad a zombie movie is. I'm gonna love it. I fucking love it.
All zombie movies.
Is there a masterpiece zombie movie out there? I don't know if there's any ever masterpiece.
Bad in the greatest way though.
Yeah.
The original Night of the
Living Dead is
everything else is way better.
Yeah.
Did you like Dawn of the Dead from Zack Snyder? I heard that was pretty good for the most part.
Now,
it was
Dawn of the awful. It's but the original Dawn of the Dead. See, I got to argue with you, Joker. I love his first go. Night of the Living Dead's a masterpiece. It's a classic, but his original Dawn of the Dead, by Romero's, not Snyder's. Romero's Dawn of the Dead.
George Romero's fine. George is fine.
The greatest zombie movie ever made. He finally established all of the rules. The conventional effects still hold up. I mean, they're bad by today's standards, but it still works. I mean, if you show that to a 12-year-old, he's not going to fucking sleep.
I would even say a decent quote unquote modern zombie film, you could put 28 Days
Oh, I love 28 Days Later.
Dude,
Yeah.
Shaun of the Dead was actually
Shaun
pretty
of the
entertaining.
Dead is fucking great.
Shaun of the Dead's a
I
masterpiece
watched that
as well.
about a week or so ago. I love that fucking movie, man. All the little bit of like, it's the British humor that's thrown in there too. That like I pick up on. I love that fucking. I love when they start throwing the records.
Do you like?
They did something that is extremely hard to do. They made it not just a perfect comedy. They bridged 3 genres. It's a great comedy, it's a great romance, and it's a great horror movie. It's actually hits in all the right places with where a horror movie should.
And it's funny in the right spots.
Oh yeah.
It's like stuff that like when you're sitting there for a second and it's like kind of serious, and then they hit something that's like the humor comes at you, and it's still, even I've watched it several times. It comes
Dude.
Like I keep
If it doesn't hit you when when you find out about his mom, you're not a human being.
I know, right?
Or when you realize he's got his buddy out in the shed playing video games with him.
But that's the beauty of the film. It ends happily, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Even though there's been all that death and destruction and everything, it ends happily with him and his mate still playing games in the shed.
When they
his friend is fine with it because he was pretty much a zombie before he died anyway.
It's funny. What my favorite part of that film is when they're discussing what they're gonna do, and they have the thing: go to mom's house, take care of what is his name, Richard.
Oh yeah,
take care of him, and then they do
go
it
to
like
the pub, wait for this whole thing to
and
blow
at
up.
the end, they're all just like, yeah.
No, one of my favourite parts is when they're in the backyard and they're going through his album collection and they're just skimming them.
Yeah,
and he's like, the Batman album. He's like, yeah.
Great.
And man, they had so many great little Easter eggs for horror fans. Like when the buddy says, "We're coming to get you, Barbara," to the mom. They used a few other lines. I'd have to rewatch it, but there's a whole list of all the different references to other zombie movies.
I love that bit where they go into white lines. When they're coming out of the pub, they've got no idea that the zombie apocalypse has happened, but they're pissed out of their heads and they're just singing white lines.
Yeah. And then the guy's like, "Oh, you've had too much," or like when the one zombie is eating the other one on the neck, and there's like
the head just falls off. Yeah,
they keep every time their
attention
gets turned before they can actually see what the fuck is going on.
Like when he walks, he kind of wanders into the convenience store the next day and leaves the stuff on there. He's like, he doesn't even look up from what he's doing and see the shit that's going on.
It's directed by Edgar Wright, isn't it?
Yes,
it's Edgar Wright.
Yeah, so back in the day, there used to be a TV show called Spaced, and it had both Nick Frost and Simon Pegg in it, it had her name was Jessica Stevenson in the day, I believe. She's Jessica Hines now. Yeah, and but yeah, it was the whole same crew basically, and that film is one of 3 films, isn't it? Like do with Cornetto advertising and ice cream advertisement. Yeah,
it's Hot Fuzz, it's Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and at World's End.
At World's End, yeah.
Which I also like at World's End too, man. But like,
I need to rewatch that one. I only saw it once, and I don't think I wasn't paying attention enough. I remember being a little not as impressed with that as the other 2.
Hot Fuzz is awesome, man. It's got so many fucking people in it.
Yeah, it does.
Each one of them have got so many different British actors. I mean, it's got fucking Timothy Dalton in it, for crying out loud.
Yeah, it does have Timothy Dalton's like the best right.
Jim Broadbent.
But Shaun of the Dead is probably my favorite. When they start throwing the shit, like throwing records at a zombie's gonna fucking do anything, right? They just throw shit. It's like mildly irritating, the shit that they're throwing at them, man.
I will say this about the zombie genre in general, and why I really don't like the zombie genre as a whole. Because they're not zombies. A zombie is a magically reanimated corpse. What George did is to redefine what a zombie is, especially with the eating of live flesh, the organs, and the whatnot. Those are ghouls. Those are not zombies. So the entire zombie genre, I'm just like, those are not zombies. That's just me.
Yeah, I mean, if you go back, like the original definition has to do with like voodoo and all that. To be fair, though, he never used the word zombie. The fans attached the word to it. He didn't have a word for him at all. They were just, the dead or living dead, and that just kind of got hijacked by the fans, really.
Right. So a more accurate zombie film would be something like Serpent and the Rainbow. That's a more accurate zombie film.
That's a fucked up movie.
Oh, that's
woman. It's a great movie, but dude.
Does that have Lisa Bonet in it?
No, that is. I'm thinking
about Angel Heart. My bad. Yeah, with Mickey Rourke.
Yeah, no. Serpent and the Rainbow. That's Bill Pullman, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. That's a good one though. It's just a really fucked up movie. Not exactly a feel-good movie. By any means.
I may not have seen that. I'm getting that confused with Angel Heart. Like my friend was like in high school.
You want to be depressed for 3 days?
Yeah, no thanks.
Okay.
I've been.
Okay.
That's what I need to do.
Diesel.
Watch something depressed.
So Angel Heart has voodoo elements in it, but it is more it's the more satanic because
satanic. It is very satanic. Because I remember at the end, I was like, "Holy shit!" Because
it's Robert. Well, because it's Robert De Niro playing. His character's name is Louis Lucifer.
Oh, that's right. Who's the new guy in the play? Hey, what's up, devil?
The zombie movie I've been trying to see is a zombie ass Toilet of the Dead.
Oh my god,
that's
insane.
Yeah, it was on Crunchyroll, and like I had it saved for me to watch later, and then Crunchyroll got rid of all their live action movies and stuff from Japan. And I was pissed because I wanted to watch that one.
Hey, what's the zombie movie that was done on an anime Vagabond? You know what I'm talking about. I watched it on Maria Hardis's channel.
High School of the Dead.
No. It is it's got a shark and legs coming out of it at one point. The dude with the what is the name of that?
You said it was a zombie one, right?
Yeah, it's a zombie anime, but it's a movie or it may be a show.
It's an anime, right?
Yeah, it's anime, and it turned, and they just had a live action movie of it, and I watched it, and that was actually it tripped out because the dude is like all these zombies show up in
Zombie High School or something weird like that, right?
No, it wasn't Zombie High School. It's called hold on, let me find it.
Yeah, because another one I watched was School Live Club. I want to see the live action for that one. And then you said a zombie with a shark.
Oh, hey, real quick. Helhound
Ron 100
Road. He sent a Rumble rant. He says, for $50, thank you, Helhound. Greetings from the road. I'm bummed I can't be there. I miss you guys. Rough week to go. Got to go. Thank you so much, Helhound.
Wow. $50 donation.
Oh,
holy
yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah,
Is it
Nice.
Zom 100?
Yep.
Thank you.
Haven't seen that one actually.
It's actually it's kind of a all right. Who keeps making Professor, you fucking child?
I think it's Jay's butt.
Jay's butt.
Who the hell is Jay's butt?
I don't know.
Just below you on the screen now, mate.
Damn. His butthole must be leaking pretty hard.
Well, I'm sure everybody's seen
Sounded
this.
pretty wet.
Do we want to go ahead and go through the Deadpool Wolverine trailer?
Let's do it, man. It's worth
Yep.
it.
Anybody that hasn't seen it, we're gonna have to pause it a few times. See if you've already watched it 5 times or more, maybe we'll catch something you haven't seen.
Yeah.
Yay.
Hold on.
And Jay's butt, stay away from that Taco Bell.
I told you, you're not welcome here. You're not welcome anywhere. Now get the fuck out of my bar.
Just give me one more drink and then I'll leave.
Hi, Peanut. I'm gonna need you to come with me right now.
Look, lady, I'm not interested.
He's trying not to laugh.
Sort of
right
on the
there,
tick-tick,
man.
so upsy daisy. Oh,
Should have laughed.
whiskey dick of the claws. It's quite common in Wolverines over 40.
You don't want this.
Unless you want to take a deep breath through your fucking forehead, I suggest you reconsider.
All right, pause that really quick. So we got a obvious callback to the first X-Men film with the whole bar thing where Logan is just trying to have a drink and the bartender's being a dick to him. That's obviously a callback. I'm going to be honest right from the start, and I'm going to say this right off the bat. I want this film to do well. I don't think it is.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah,
Really? I think it's going to make. I think it's probably going to make more than the last two. So I'm going to be the outsider between you guys.
I think it looks completely fine.
Inflation.
I'm in between. I just hate the parts with the little the arm thing and then whatever. And then when it shows his full arms, then I'm fine with it, whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, the sleeves.
After we're done,
Yeah.
I'll go through my logic of why I think this is just
All right, yeah,
okay.
I'd like to hear that because I don't know. I'm probably me and Selena both loved the first two movies. We saw them both in the theater. I think 5 times
I
each.
saw the first one 7 times in the theater.
I only seen the second one, so that's me.
I've got both of them on pretty steady rotation within my movie viewing.
I haven't seen the second one yet, and then
the second one's fantastic.
The second one has the best little opening scene, man, with Nightcrawler. That's a fantastic scene.
Talking about Deadpool.
Oh wait, no, you're talking about Deadpool. I thought you were talking about the X-Men movies. Never mind.
But my favorite like non-comic version of Deadpool is the Deadpool game. If you've ever seen that, and just watching
that game,
that one's hilarious.
Dude, that game, I have watched the movie of that game that they would put out on YouTube. Like people would go and make
it's so
movies
good.
all this. Oh, it's hilarious. The funniest shit that's on there. Like the voices in his head are the funniest shit. Like he's like, it shows him jumping and he starts imagining like he's at a basketball game and shit, like cameras are taking flashes of it, and he's like, we're flying. We cannot fly. You know,
real quick, we had somebody try to join, so I had to kick Jay's butt, and so I wasn't sure who that was, but we got a free spot now if you want to join.
Okay, you kicked them in the rear.
Good job.
Yeah, I had to kick Jay's butt to the curb so we can make room for one more guest. Now, Joker, you brought up the bar scene. I've got some theories about that too that we'll go into here after we finish the trailer, based on something that said later on. But we'll go ahead and watch the next few seconds before we got to pause it again for fucking copyright.
Gotcha.
I'm about to lose everything that I've ever cared about. Not my fucking problem. Is that what you said when your world went to shit?
Kill again.
This Wolverine let down his entire world.
Right there is what makes me nervous. This is the intro of TVA into this and the multi-universe. That's what's making.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that either.
I keep forgetting about that. They eradicated the TVA from this damn trailer, basically.
No, they did not. No, they did not. This is the problem with this entire film, and this is where I'm going to. This is where I'm going to plant. I'm going to plant my flag, and I'm going to die on this hill. For anyone who thinks. If anyone who thinks that Ryan Reynolds is in complete creative control of this film, you are lying to yourself. The fact that you have the TVA in this, the fact that if you look at the cast, you see Owen, you see Owen DeWilson on there. You see Terry. You see Tara Strong as the voice of the talking clock. These are all from Loki. This is a complete.
That is true.
This is still with elements of Phase 4 of the MCU in this. Kevin Feige's fingerprints are going to be all over this thing.
Yeah, I mean,
you're
just
not wrong.
The simple fact that just the simple fact that he's in the yellow suit tells me he's a variant of Wolverine. That's what it's screaming to me with all the Loki stuff. So these could just be variants of Deadpool and Loki. Do you know what I mean? And it means absolutely fucking nothing in the grand scheme of things. And whenever Disney Marvel want to spice things up and change things around, they can say, "Oh yeah, well they were just a variant of Loki, of Deadpool and Logan." Do you know what I mean? So
I think part of it is
my take
Deadpool
on
with
it.
the hair.
I think the big problem is like, because, freaking heck. I forgot what I was gonna say. Bring it back a little bit. The trailer. Also, no, I remember. Good Lord. When they say he left his entire world down, usually that's how people start not liking movies like that. They better explain what because if we're going all off a world like that, that means there's a world out there where he let them down when there's Professor X,
or on that, and I don't want to discount that by any chance, but it could be, what happened between Days of Future Past and Logan. Now that you've said some stuff like that, I doubt that is. I doubt that that's the case.
Yeah.
I think they'll probably use it.
You let your whole world down. You let your whole world down. That's a callback to Logan.
Yeah. Well, because they said that's not the same Wolverine. This is a completely different.
Right. This could be, but they could be using it.
I don't know.
They are to deconstruct everything.
I don't know which version of.
And now that Joker said this, now it's in my head, and I'm just like, why am I even trying to fool myself? It's probably going to be shit.
Time out. So Deadpool, this is in the MCU universe. Not the universe that they're talking about is the Fox universe. This is going to be kind of be like Deadpool, like Deadpool kills the Marvel universe. It's going to be Deadpool kills. It's going to be Deadpool kills the Fox universe.
Yeah, but is it going to be a variant of that universe? See,
well,
they're multiversal.
That's
irrelevant. They put in there.
We're dealing with the variant thing. That's unavoidable because they've introduced that into the
Fox universe.
Sorry, Owen. What was you saying?
I said we're going to have to the variant thing. That's unavoidable. They've already introduced that. Right. Deadpool's now officially, being introduced into the mainstream MCU, and that's whatever. The thing is, with the style of the Deadpool movies and the way they can lean into the stupidity of the multiverse and the variants, it's going to work for this movie where it doesn't work for the actual MCU. This is not going to be anything that can save the MCU. It's going to be its own movie, and I think it's going to be good.
I want to push back on this because the two things that we've seen, the real short clip, and then the little posting of this where they mention Kevin Feige or they'll mention the House of Mouse. You're not going to see that in the film. That's not happening. That is just for this because there's no way Kevin Feige is going to allow himself to get a rundown in a film. It's not going to happen.
That's how I feel with all the trailers so far. Is they've been leaning just a little bit too heavily into making fun of Disney to where it's actually a red flag of they're making fun of themselves way too much. And I keep sharing it on Twitter whenever I can, that it's that how do you do, fellow kids? Like you guys are all making fun of us, so we're gonna do it too to get you in the seat. And then
oh no, you're saying a bait and switch?
Yep.
No, they wouldn't do that.
Never.
Hello, by the way, Gal, and welcome to the show.
Oh, hi. Thanks.
Gal, I missed you.
How you doing?
Long time.
Okay,
no
for
see,
real.
And
For real.
And dear, don't, and sweetheart, don't spill your drink. No, this time.
I didn't spill my drinks. That was prof. That was prof.
Yeah, because the only reason why I brought up the fact that part's significant is because later on in the movie, they're gonna, like, this happens in every movie in general. At some point in the movie, they're gonna have an argument. They're not gonna get over. They're gonna be mad at each other. They're gonna split apart, and then he's gonna have a flashback to like what happened in his universe. Now, it's gonna be one of those things. You're like, well, how did he himself not save his entire universe when there's like, people know mutants can be like Omega levels, like beat like world crushers too. So we're just saying that is going to be kind of a weird thing. It's like, why would everything solely rest on him to save his universe when there's like mutants that are so strong they could like just destroy the fabric of reality if they wanted to save it? It's like, what the fuck?
Well, yeah. That's where it's going to tie in heavily to, and I hate to say this, but into Loki. It's probably going to have something to do with the TVA just trying to correct the timelines and his universe in particular being, like you said, Jack, being a variant. He's not even the Wolverine that we know from the Fox universe. It's just Hugh Jackman playing another version of Wolverine.
What I'm worried about is because he's in the yellow outfit and everything, I'm thinking to myself, is this going to be a crossover with X-Men 97?
That's been going around, and I don't necessarily
I don't know if anyone's been watching X-Men 97, but I have, and I really quite like it.
I'm loving the shit out of it.
My daughter really likes it. I found that I don't really want to give too many spoilers away, or I don't want to give too much away from it. And basically, there are a couple of main characters who have been a bit cucked in it, only in certain spots, and there have been some big characters who have like not necessarily even had their powers to use, and it's just been a bit, I don't know, but overall it's really good, and like there's like backstories to like certain characters that I didn't even actually know was the backstory between them. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I can't, like I said, without giving too much away, I don't really want to say because it'll give spoilers. But I wonder if they're going to tie it into any of X-Men 97 into the Disney Marvel universe.
I hadn't thought about
that. That's been a rumor going around since the
Never
show has been so well received by even jaded fans like myself are enjoying it. A lot of people are saying they might be sneaking in, and that be the versions of the X-Men that we're going to see are basically live action adaptations of their characters from the show.
I don't think this is going to be the property that we're going to get that this crosses over with from Disney. I can already foresee this now. Wolverine is going to be replaced by X-23 at the end, and I think we've seen the threads recently of like Disney's interested in this girl. That's going to be X-23. What you don't know is that Deadpool is going to be a variant. In the end credit, Deadpool is going to have a regeneration dick, and it's going to be Shooty Gatwa as Deadpool. Change my mind.
No.
So really quick. So because I have not watched X-Men 97, I just refuse.
I refuse to watch that dog shit myself.
It's good, mate.
Okay,
I didn't want to watch it. I was more than skeptical.
He was eye graped.
Okay, so let me ask this first. The positive reviews, is it more it's actually really good, or is it not as bad as you were expecting? So you're positive, so you're pleasantly surprised, and it's like, oh, this is actually good. Is that just because the book?
It's like this.
Starting off,
it's just as good as the original, so that makes it good for me. It's just as good as the original for me.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
the first episode. The first two episodes, it was pleasantly surprised. Like, okay, it's not nearly as bad as I thought. And it was the first 2 episodes where, if you've watched the show, that's where they kind of threw like, they had to go and throw the word insurrection in there like 3 times just to throw it in there because, but they haven't been heavy-handed with anything. Morph doesn't fucking matter. In fact, you end up liking Morph's character a lot. They do reference what he went through in the previous series, and they do it well. As the show gets going, it's like, okay, this is good.
Talk about when Morph got AIDS because he looks like he's like an AIDS beat.
No, yeah, well, he looked like that. He looks like he did in the old show when he has his human face on. When they haven't mixed him
before he was transgender or whatever the fuck it is.
He didn't look like a
that's never even brought up. That they never call him a they them. They call him Morph. Where is he? They refer to him as a dude, and it's fine.
So no monkeypox, right?
No monkeypox, and
not yet.
By the later episodes of the show, that's when I'm with Jack. It's like, okay, this isn't just better than I expected. This is good. This is actually on par with the original series. It's a really good successor to it. And they've actually matured the show just enough to where that they had the target audience in mind were the people that grew up on that show and are now in their 30s and 40s.
I'm not gonna lie. That sounds really good to hear.
And I don't want to.
Can I just say about
Disney? I'm not paying for Disney Plus to watch it.
Really?
Me either.
Wink,
I'm
wink.
sailing the high seas myself. But can I just say about it, right? It's a show that has now got more sort of adult themes in it than I remember. Like, there seems to be a little bit more romance, and there is some... like I say, I can't give too much away. Like, I can't say stuff without giving too much away. But there are certain scenes in it that seem quite, adult, but it's still tasteful. It's still done in a way that I'm happy to sit my 7-year-old daughter down in front of and let her watch it.
I would just say, hey, if give it a chance. At least watch episode.
It's closer to the comic books than the original series was allowed to be. The original series, probably like Batman the animated series, they had more freedom and less, regulations with
Fox Kids was really Fox Kids was really hammering down like you got to be for kids.
It wasn't just Fox Kids, man. That was the FDC at the time. They had restrictions on what a kid show could be. They had to have laser guns instead of real guns. This goes back to G.I. Joe and everything else.
Yeah.
Batman the animated series. But there was Batman the animated series is the second greatest animated series of all time.
I would say the first. What's your opinion is the first?
Cowboy Bebop.
Okay. Well,
see, I differentiate.
That's a little different because that's anime. If you're just grouping all animated series together, including anime.
Okay, because and the Batman is episodic. Cowboy Bebop is serialized.
I would always say
I would bring it back to the American
animated series ever. Batman. Go ahead.
Yes.
I was just going to bring it back to the X-Men and say that this X-Men 97 series, there are some really good action scenes in it. However, there was one episode that I noted recently. I think it was the most sort of, if I can say, the most devastating episode of the season so far. That episode was a bit talky for me. It was a bit touchy-feely and a bit talky. And all of the action seemed to be right at the end. And
it took you by surprise. I heard
totally.
Just some guy referenced it or compared it to the Red Wedding in Game of Thrones, and that is perfect.
Yeah.
If
a long, boring episode, and then the last 5 minutes have you just like, what the fuck just happened?
What did I just watch?
I watched it, and that episode, it gets. I hate to say I'm recommending anything done by Disney Marvel, but that show it holds up.
It's pretty decent,
good.
Yeah.
Will it stay good? I don't know. They got rid of it's funny. The showrunner who ran his mouth and got everybody worked up and against him now has those same people being like, you better bring that fucking guy back because he's doing it right.
It's the same thing with Superman and Lois too. Like, I know the sentiment is like eventually they will maybe fuck it up. Why would you? I don't want them to fuck it up. Why would I want them to fuck up a good thing? Don't do that. Do everything in your power not to fuck it up. It's just, if you're an adult, in the back of your head, that just always happens. I had that little kid in me, right? I still have hope. And for anyone, I always say this: just watch episode 1. If episode 1 is not for you in any TV show, then just dip out. That's all I'll say.
Yeah. Well, with this show, if you're a fan of the original X-Men, give it until at least episode 3. And if you're a fan of the comic books, you're going to enjoy it too, because they're doing what they did in the original show. They're not following.
Every episode has an excellent cliffhanger.
I refuse, based on principle.
Every episode has an excellent cliffhanger.
They do.
It's like
this one's a lot more episodic than the original was too, but this one, like you said, it ends with those cliffhangers, and it really hooks you. It leaves you waiting for the next week's episode to air.
WZ said, "What was the real reason he was fired?" Okay, so it wasn't the OnlyFans thing. It wasn't really most because they say it's just difficult to work with, and that could mean literally anything. Honestly, so there's not really much. Yeah, it's either because like who's gonna get fired over just having an OnlyFans account? Like, who gets fired? No, if he got fired because it was being difficult to work with, I don't know what the fuck that even supposed to mean. Like, what did he just like tell someone to like make sure they're doing their job correctly? Like that.
It goes to this. There's this trend right now where all creatives are being called difficult to work with.
Yeah.
Somehow they're getting shunned when it used to be, yes, of course, every director, every writer, creative is going to be, they're an asshole. They're going to be hard to work with. That's why they're good at what they do.
I was just going to make that comment. Every time I hear that someone's difficult to work with, it actually kind of makes me want to watch it more because it seems like they're dedicated to their fucking
imagine
craft.
if these pussies had to deal with James Cameron when he was
I was going to say James Cameron.
In 1986.
Notoriously hard to work with.
Not necessarily notoriously hard to work with, but like Michael Biehn was saying, look, you can't pull anything past this motherfucker. He's done every job on the set. And he was talking about how people might be, hurt the feelings or something. He's just like, he won't put up with that. He's like, get that bullshit out of here because he's done every job. That would have been fire, man, to work on that. Around.
I'm just having. I've got this sketch forming in my head of like two executives, like they're talking to one another, and it's like they're talking about like this specific actor, and they're saying, "Oh, so what's he like?" And he's like, "Oh, he's really difficult to work with." And then it goes to a flashback of when they had this encounter with them on set, and it's just the actor going, "Do you think I could get some creamer for this coffee, please?" And then it flashes back to really difficult to work with, such an asshole.
Like, I don't even know what that means anymore. Like when
I don't either, man.
Like that, it's
a catch-all for all these. I just when they say, "Oh, he's difficult to work with," because there's been so many pussies and just weak-willed, just bitches, man. Just like when I hear that, I immediately think they're just idiots. They say Henry Cavill.
They're good at what they do.
I was just gonna say Henry Cavill. Like, he's difficult to work with because he wants to follow the fucking source material because he's a fan.
Yep.
Like,
I can't believe anything these pussies say, man.
Yeah, like
everybody that has that reputation of being difficult to work with are great at what they do. Henry Cavill, Jack Nicholson. That was part of the what's her name? She was originally cast as Vicky Vale, and then she broke her leg on during a horse riding scene. Sean Young from she was in Blade Runner, 80s actress. Yeah. She's insane anyway, but she's still bitching about Jack Nicholson to this day.
Oh my god!
What was you going to say, Vagabond?
Yeah, I was just saying my experience in the industry is like, okay, so you got the people that like they really want to see the material, whatever IP they're working on, to do really good, right? Then you got the side of people like, I'll say your later millennials and your Gen Y and people like those are like, hey, I want to like take my time and do this job. There's a lot of deadlines that you have to work over, so it's always like a tough position or whatever. Like even the studio I worked on, we were on crunch for over a year, like 2 years, and it's just like us that were actually doing the work. It was like dead silent. you feel like you got eyes at the back of your head while you're working or whatever, right? And it's like, I got to do whatever I can to get this work done, as opposed to we had another side of the building I worked at where I still to this day don't know what they actually did, because my side was all the programmers and artists and stuff. And I'm guessing they did like the marketing somewhat or whatever, but I still don't even know. And so, but they were the side that was like all jolly, everyone was happy, everyone knows each other and stuff. And like they're not the ones actually like putting the hard work in and stuff like that. So but just in general too, I also wanted to say was like a lot of the animated series for a lot of these shows I actually do pretty good in my eyes, between both Marvel and DC. Maybe there's once in a while when there's like a straight up mockery like Velma or something, but other than that, like when for all the animated series stuff, I think they always do pretty good. I just haven't seen it yet because I don't have Disney Plus.
Well, they do good until they don't. And I got a good example for that, and that's Young Justice, which started out incredible and had 3 really strong seasons. And then they thought, okay, we built up our fan base. We have all these people. It keeps getting canceled, and the fans keep bringing it back. So they completely jumped off the cliff with all the woke bullshit. In the last,
oh fuck, that was so sad.
Yeah, I mean, it made it unwatchable.
Did they have a showrunner?
Great animation still. Same voice actors that do a great job, but the writing just went completely off a cliff.
Oh man, you know what?
Messaging was so heavy-handed.
You know what's such a waste?
That's what I'm worried that they're going to do if they keep X-Men going. To maybe not in the second season, but by season 3, that's a really strong possibility, and I hate to think that would happen.
You know what is such a waste? The animation studio that did Masters of the Universe Revelation, man, to waste that gorgeous animation on that dog shit bullshit bait and switch show.
Yeah.
I won't watch the show, but I've just seen the clips that I've seen of it. Is absolutely, that's some of the best, most gorgeous hand-drawn 2D animation that you'll find. That's up there with like,
yeah, they're a great studio.
That's with Toei, like fucking, like back in the, like, you know, Toei did Transformers the movie in '86. That shit looks I want to say it even looks better. I can just imagine if you had somebody knowing what they were doing.
Yeah, I mean, other than they made Tila and Evil Lynn look like they had more testosterone than Prince Adam. But
well, I mean, it's dog shit what they did with the show, but just like, you know, the little few seconds of clips I've seen of like the battle scenes, which were probably 30 seconds of the entire show.
Oh yeah, they look great.
They would show from I'm just like, holy shit. My buddy Jason was like, he was so excited for it, man, and he just like, man, he was just, and I had a feeling, I was like, dude, they're gonna bait and switch. He was so mad because this dude has like a shit ton of moto, like just.
Yeah, I'm a massive Masters of the Universe fan, so I was raging out about that for a good month after it happened.
I know, right?
Blowing up Kevin Smith's timeline.
And it sucked too, because like, dude, I used to love Kevin Smith, man. I watched.
Yeah, fuck Kevin Smith's a fucking sellout.
I know
he died when he had a heart attack, and
that's what I was gonna say. When he had his heart attack, that's actually when I think actual creative, independent Kevin Smith died.
Yeah, because like I used to watch comic book man all the time and listen to his damn podcast that he did with Ralph Garman, Hollywood Babylon and shit.
See, Kevin Smith is no different than Kathleen Kennedy, right? So, like, we know both of them don't care about the material, the IP that they're working on, as opposed to someone else that's like, you know, like a lot of people, artists that grew up watching Marvel and DC, and they get their chance to like, oh man, this is my chance to like work on the things I grew up on or something like that. We got him on tape saying he never watched the show and never cared about it. We got Kathleen Kennedy saying, oh, I didn't know there was source material for Star Wars. Like,
bullshit.
These guys aren't fun. Yeah, these guys aren't fans. And so when they're in the lead positions, of course, like anything goes in their eyes to make whatever.
Yeah.
Who's
And
Darth
Kevin
Vader in
Smith,
your
I mean, he was lying out his ass to begin with because they have him on record saying he had no love for Masters of the Universe and he didn't give a shit about it.
He was out of his age group, man. He wasn't in the, that was on comic book, man. It was he didn't watch it back then. Just like he was never a Transformers fan. He was more like my older brother's age, man. He missed that stuff. Like I'll tell you, when I knew it's been years back. I was just like, this is before Masters of the Universe. I knew what a sellout he was. I watched him and Jason Mewes sit there, and he went on and on because he had like one of the initial prototypes or whatever that they had sent out of that Robosun Optimus Prime, the robot Optimus Prime, and he was going on and on about it. And I'm like, you're a fucking sellout. You don't give a shit about Transformers, man. And just listening to the bullshit that came out of it, I'm just like, he's full of shit. He's a fucking sellout.
Let's wrap up this trailer real quick. See
Let's watch the end of this trailer.
Want to talk about what's haunting you, or should we wait for a third act flashback?
Go fuck yourself.
I don't know anything about
Do you
saving
reckon they're
worlds.
Marie's arms? Or do you reckon they're like CG'd on?
Trust me, kid, I'm no hero.
That's actually his arms.
You
They
reckon
leaked
that's his
some
arms?
set-
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw some set photos. Yeah, he just got ripped again. I think he just did the arms though. He's probably letting the rest of it go.
Well, no, you got to do it, and like, dude, when you get his age, you're gonna have to throw in just to get about that Jack. You're gonna have to throw in a little bit of.
Use them steroids.
And shit in there, man.
Oh, dude, he's been using steroids now decades.
I don't know.
Now.
I don't
think he's been using steroids that long. He's never looked like he's used steroids. He looks like he busts his ass in the fucking gym. Like he's never looked like too
ancient
big
now,
for his.
though.
I know now. Like you got to take something to get to get kind of that jack, man. You're gonna have to do a little something if it's nothing but testosterone replacement and stuff like that. But
just stay away from the Liver King.
That's the only reason I said juice. Like back in the day, I don't think so.
He
either.
never looked like he was too big for his body. Like when you look at certain people, like the first time I saw Henry Cavill and people were, he's on steroids. I'm like, that dude's not on steroids. He's busting ass in the gym. You can look at certain people.
Well,
you
he's
can look at
also
people and see
30
what they
years
look
younger
like.
than Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, you can look at certain people and tell when they have exceeded like their body mass, when they've gotten a little bit too big. There's a little fine line there, man. Well, sometimes it's not that fine, but you can see when they've gone over it and taking shit. Like, what's his name on Reacher? He takes some shit, man. It's
So,
you can
my
look
question
at
for everyone.
certain things. Alan, like you can look at Chris Hemsworth. That motherfucker, obviously, dude. And that Thor Ragnarok or the Thor, whatever the fucking bullshit that I didn't watch that last Thor movie. I was like, they keep showing him where he's like naked. I'm like, what? You know, I mean,
What's your question for everyone, Vagabond?
Yeah, how you guys feel about his suit?
I think it looks fine. I would have rather. I hope that
It'd be cool if he'd have had a mask.
he might. I'm pretty sure he's going to have the mask. They're not going to blow that in the trailer.
And he did have
At least not until like the last trailer right before the movie comes out, something like that. I'm sure he's going to have the mask. So
My only issue with it,
asking for the mask since X-Men 2.
Yeah, my only issue is like the beginning of the trailer seemed like it was too metallic, where like they were kind of go through like that Halo metallic suit type of thing going on, armor. When I just think it should just been more of just cloth or something, kind of like similar to Deadpool.
Well, it looks great in this shot, especially. And again, you don't have the stupid sleeves going on. I would still like to see. I like the yellow and brown suit myself. That's my favorite depiction of Wolverine.
You talking about freaking like when he shows up in Hulk 181?
Hawk 181.
Hulk.
No,
181.
Hulk. Yeah.
Because he was wearing that in his first appearance. He was wearing that brown suit, right?
No, he's wearing the blue, similar to
Yellow.
this suit.
Yeah,
this is his
yellow.
original
Yellow.
suit, or a variation of it.
Okay, the
brown
I'm
suit
thinking-
was introduced in early 80s.
Late 80s.
It was in one of the NES games. He's wearing the brown suit too.
Yeah, it's his second most iconic suit.
I know a little bit. I know a thing or two about a thing or two every once and then.
But this shot right here, both the costumes look great. The set looks good. I'm still. I mean, I understand everybody's worry that I have the same ones, especially
You know,
with
you see
Disney's
the live
involvement.
bill with just feet on there?
But
Sorry to interrupt.
I'm still really optimistic about just about everything I've seen so far. Again, because Deadpool 1 and 2 are two of my favorite movies. Logan is one of my favorite movies. So again,
I'm still going to see this in the theaters. I mean,
yeah. At least
opening night, I'm going to go to it. It's that simple. It's just because I like the Deadpool.
Hey, I just want to give a shout out to Marina Bakarin for being fucking.
I'm hoping that it actually fucking turns out. Like, I'm hoping that they don't fuck it up. I bought the first movie 3 fucking times. So I've been a Deadpool fan since before most knew who Deadpool was. I have the Joe Kelly fucking omnibus of Deadpool. The guy who created Deadpool, maybe Rob Liefeld, the guy who defined who Deadpool is in this movie and everywhere else was Joe Kelly in the original Marvel series that they did. The first 33 issues, he painted the picture of what Deadpool as a character is. Everything Ryan Reynolds bases that character off of is what Joe Kelly wrote. He's actually coming back, Joe Kelly, to write a Deadpool Wolverine miniseries when the movie comes out. I might actually buy a Western comic.
I might have to check that out too. Go ahead, Joker.
I want to address something that I just saw in the chat to Darnell here. That this film will make $1 billion. Mark my words. No, it won't. It's not going to happen. There's no way.
Disney's reputation is too fucking tarnished to do it.
I think $1 billion is too steep.
800
Hold on.
Calling it.
Here is why. Both the films were extremely profitable, and yet neither film even cleared $800 million. Neither film did. The first film grossed about $782 million. The sequel about $786. So they basically made it the same at the box office. The reason they were successful is both of those films, their total price tag with the production and the marketing were about $200 million or less total price tag. This is Disney. You're looking at least a total price tag, because this is Marvel's only theatrical release for this entire year. You're talking a total price tag of $400 million. That means just to break even and make zero, this thing has to hit $800 million. Not one of their films has done that.
Well, so I don't know the budget of the movie yet. I would just imagine that this movie's budget's around $300 million. That's just probably me lowballing. It's probably like 330. Then you got to factor in marketing.
I'm going to go on a guess because this is stuff that I do on my channel. Is your average Marvel film?
Yeah,
your average Marvel film. The stated production budget is somewhere between $200 to $250 million. That's average. So I'm going to look at the more higher end of that and go $250 million. Your average marketing budget.
Yeah.
Now, your average marketing budget is anywhere between 100 to 200 million, depending on the film. Again, this is their only film for this year. So I'm going to go at the halfway point, $150 million. That gives you a $400 million price tag. This film has to hit $800 million to make $0.
Well, that's break
$1 million.
Yeah, if its budget is 250, because if its budget is 250, but if you don't include marketing, the break-even point will be like 720 to 750. If you include in marketing with $300 million, it would have to hit like $900 million just to like break even. So if you want to make profit, it's $1 billion.
You see insane how insane these numbers are for the bullshit that
the only Marvel movies that have made over like 900 million is like Doctor Strange 2 and Spider-Verse. And we know Spider-Verse, the No Way Home movie brought them profit. That had to make $1 billion. This they wanted to make $1 billion.
Okay, hang on.
No Way Home was Sony.
Hang on, time out. Every Spider-Man film is Sony.
Yeah, no.
Marvel got probably 100K.
Yeah.
From Spider-Man No Way Home.
That's why No Way Home was good. It wasn't Marvel.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about to make $1 billion. It had to make for it to make profit. It had to make $1 billion in general. That's what it would need.
Okay, so Spider-Man No Way Home because Sony fronts the cash. They said you can't go past this, and you have X amount of time to make this happen. So Marvel is in a very tight box where they don't have enough time to reshoot this scene, and let's do another scene, and let's do this. No, they have to make this work. They got and they actually renegotiated up where they got 25% of whatever now was left over after Sony pays all the distribution, licensing, everything. Marvel got maybe $100,000. That's it.
Yeah.
Spider-Man films are not profitable for Marvel. The only reason they do them is so they can use Tom Holland.
Yeah.
In their films.
They're profitable because Marvel gets toy sales. The toy sales alone, just in general, is going to be anything movie wise. It's a long term thing.
I don't know.
Hasbro, the main toy partner with.
Oh shit! Sorry.
Iron died.
Sorry.
Oh God.
Sorry.
Okay, so
I had to kick a dog out. Sorry.
Okay.
So now I heard somebody mention.
Okay, so Hasbro is the main toy company that works with Disney, Marvel, Lucasfilm. They have reported losses for the last 4 fiscal quarters.
Yeah, because they've been putting out bullshit. Hasbro's full of. I know all about some Hasbro stuff.
I know Hasbro too is selling off. Well, they're keeping the IP like ownership of IPs, but then they're going to have Fisher Price start making the toys.
Oh, I believe it, dude. Have you gone into Walgreens and looked at the dog shit that Hasbro has put out for like Marvel and even G.I. Joe figures? You seen those 12-inch figures that have like 2 points of articulation? The arms move. I don't even know if the head moves. The legs are just static. Have you seen that dog shit?
Yeah, well, even the higher quality ones, the Marvel Legends, the ones that are after, you can go to any discount store in town, like DD's Discounts, Dollar General, and they have shelves full of Shang-Chi, Eternals, and Black Panther: Wakanda Forever.
All of them are still on clearance sale right now.
Yeah,
you actually go to your Walmart right now.
In years.
Yeah, you can actually literally go to your Walmart right now.
Real quick, they have to sell this.
You were an X-Man.
That's not me.
You were the X-Man.
That's right there. You are the X-Men.
I am soaking wet right now.
That's pretty dope.
Okay,
that's pretty dope with the claws coming out, man. Through the.
All right. So we got the TVA here, and then we get introduced to Cassandra Nova, who is not a recent character. She was created by Grant Morrison back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
But of all the villains you had to pick from, who does Kevin Feige? It's a female, and guaranteed
female Xavier.
Yeah, she's Xavier's evil sister clone, depending on the retcon. They're going with.
So, of all the characters you could pick from, and I guarantee she's going to be misunderstood. not just evil.
I am afraid of that. Now, I don't have a problem with them picking Cassandra Nova because that kind of falls in line with the Deadpool movies up to this point. When they're choosing villains, they're going to go with someone a little less known, B-lister. I think the biggest villain as far as popularity that they had was in Deadpool 2 with Juggernaut.
Right.
Who's the Juggernaut?
I'd imagine she's only there because
and they can't, obviously one of Deadpool's best villains. One, it wouldn't make sense for this storyline. Two, they already run the character as Taskmaster.
I will say at least they'd show someone that wasn't a race swap. Gender swap. I know people were going on Twitter. It wasn't a gender swap. That's an actual character.
And it looks like Cassandra Nova.
Right.
Right.
If they make I do agree with you. If they make her the misunderstood or just mistreated twin of Xavier, that'll fuck up the character and the entire movie. So hopefully they won't do that. We'll see.
Don't hold your breath.
I got to admit, is seeing them kill the TVA like this, I'm good with, because again, it's if they're gonna have to use anything that's already established in the current Marvel MCU universe, having Deadpool lean into it and just rip him to shreds, kind of enjoyable to watch. So far, again, I don't really have a lot of negative things to say about this trailer.
Toys are so silly.
Okay.
That line right
Yes,
there,
Cassandra Nova.
Throw up. I hate
Yeah, I didn't catch that line before.
Yeah, that's peak MCU.
I just
Okay. And Iron, I will say this. Just as a trailer itself, if I knew nothing about what I know and stuff I have learned, I'd be fine with it. The problem is we all know now, because the cat's been out of the bag for some time, thanks to Jeremy and Gary and Ryan and the Valiant, the Midnight's Edge.
Dude, you can't trust this dog shit, man. You cannot
That's
trust
true.
these motherfuckers for shit, dude. It's like I'm sorry, y'all could talk about X-Men 97. I'm not watching that cartoon. There's this,
And that's fine because I can play. I was the same way. Yeah. I watched it mainly because MSK said we're going to review the old show versus the new show.
We just haven't got it started yet.
We just never did it.
We just never did it yet.
I was not expecting to like it. I'm not putting on fucking mouse ears or even I don't buy Marvel, even Marvel comics. I haven't since about 2014, I think, was the last one shot. And if I do buy anything Marvel, it's going to be back issues, old stuff.
Man, do y'all remember before X-Men 97 was ever out on DVD, like around 2003, 2004? My ex-brother-in-law took and made a bunch of custom DVDs from old VHS recordings of the original X-Men animated series.
Oh, nice.
It was not available for a long time, man. It's kind of poor quality, but I had like the first 4 seasons, I believe. I might have been missing 3. I
still have the original VHS where if you put all of the spines together, it makes a big makes the Jim Lee cover from X-Men.
I got the Pizza Hut VHS tapes before they.
I have those too.
I don't have.
I'm only missing like one of the cards. It's on the VHS tape itself.
Check and see how much those are selling on eBay. It'll make you sick.
Well, these were all custom shit that he actually. You remember when people would actually go through the trouble of doing stuff? They had menus and stuff in it and everything, and he actually he printed out covers for it that would match up. It was nothing like he actually when the spines of the DVD covers actually matched up and everything. It was cool because I love that. I watched it several times, man. I mean, dude, I like the Spider-Man animated series, but to me, the X-Men is just a little better. I do.
Yeah, out of all the 90s Marvel cartoons, because there were a lot of them. People don't even remember. There was Silver Surfer, Iron Man, Fantastic Four, Incredible Hulk,
Man with a mullet.
and of course Spider-Man. X-Men was the best one.
Okay, and Darnell, I want to believe you. I want to, but who's signing the checks? This is Disney. Disney has not earned the benefit of the doubt.
I think if this movie, it does turn out to be a bait and switch and is as bad as it potentially could be, because I'm not saying that there's no chance in hell that this won't be exactly what we kind of predict it could be. I'm just hoping that it's not
dog shit. It could actually be decent.
I'm just putting out the track record of Marvel has been extremely bad. The only movie they've made, I guess, in my own personal opinion, good was just No Way Home. That's like the only thing they made good in recent.
The thing is, and that again, that was Sony.
Yeah.
I'm thinking this could be potentially the same scenario. This
I'll
is
be honest
just
here, man. Does this not remind you of like the other two? It has like the same. I'm just saying, like, this might be the only thing that might be good from them in like the last 3-4 years. Honestly, it kind of.
And that's the thing. If you think this is just a good Deadpool movie in the same vein as the other two, it could be just fine, if not really fucking good.
That's
okay
because is that it was just a continuation of what had already come before from those movies.
So yes, exactly. So post Endgame, the only good film that Marvel Studios has done, not Sony, Marvel Studios, was Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, and that's because that was James Gunn's last film, and they let him have carte blanche.
Yep, you're 100% right. That was the only good thing to come out of the MCU post Endgame. That's it.
If they did the same for Ryan Reynolds,
every single TV show and movie has been absolute fucking shit.
Okay, I will push back on that just a bit, because the two holiday specials, the Werewolf by Night and the Guardians, and the Guardians Christmas special, were actually very well done.
But again, you had James Gunn getting to do what he wanted with the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special, and Werewolf by Night was just a standalone project that they didn't really pay any attention to. They're just like, oh yeah, we'll let these guys have at it. It wasn't even really
easier to do. It's way easier to do an hour special than it is to do like a 6-episode serialized anything.
Yep.
You know? So I would just say this. If people are skeptical, it might not be good given Marvel's Marvel and TV, movie and TV recent track record. That is more than understandable. I mean, we just pointed out two things that they did good in like the last 3 or 4 years. I will say this doesn't
2019.
Yeah. So I'm just saying it looks like a fun movie, but then again, time travel is one of those things with variants and multiverse saga. It's really hard to do. And also, since this is mostly comedy, I'll be honest here, most people only remember these movies for their comedy. Deadpool 2's story is pretty bad when I remember watching it. I thought the story was terrible. The comedy is what saved the movie. I think most people are going to be coming here for comedy.
I love the story in Deadpool 2.
And if you're coming here for comedy,
it wasn't as good as Deadpool 1.
If you're coming here just to laugh, that's fine. Like, I think Deadpool is mostly a comedic character anyway. The movie makes you laugh. I think it did your job, actually. And if it's not funny, that's the problem, honestly.
You're right. I got to push back on you a little bit, Prof, because Deadpool 2 had the benefit of not having to do an origin story for any of the characters were established except for Cable. So you only had one origin you had to go back on, and they didn't overdo it.
I have two words.
Origin stories in Deadpool 1 weren't bad. Like, Deadpool's origin was actually...
Deadpool 1's great. That's one of my favorite movies. I'm just saying, I think Deadpool 2 is just as good.
They didn't get origins in the first one, though. You didn't really get a lot of that. They Negasonic Teenage Warrior. Who is she? She's a random X-Men. Nobody cares. She just showed up.
And that's what was great about it. They didn't.
Nobody. I have two.
Selena,
you're just there.
That's
what I want that character to do.
Jack has to go.
He can't leave. I didn't say he could.
Oh shit!
Where's the key? You have to pee, Jack. Jack's got to take.
No, I've got to get going. It's like 20 to 3 in the morning.
Oh man, well, thanks for making it this week, dude.
I'll miss you.
Sorry, we didn't get to any of the other topics.
It's okay, I don't mind. I just enjoy being here among you all.
Well, we enjoy having
right on, man. You got anything to plug before you go? For
not particularly. I'm on the 29th. I'm with Leon on his channel Words of Paradise, and on the first May Day, I'm on the Real Tombies channel. We do a Wednesday, sort of like 2 weekly chin wag, and then on a little bit later, I'm on Daramuth's channel. The thing that's confusing me about this here, that I'm looking at on the screen, is why has it got that bird from Star Trek: The Motion Picture in it?
Yeah, that's exactly who she looks like.
You know, the Kirk unit will assist me.
Yes, V'ger, whatever her name was.
Ilea.
Yes.
Anyway,
don't know.
Thanks for having me, guys. Love you all. See you soon.
See you later,
Have a
man.
good night.
Cheers.
Bye.
All right, now let's go ahead and get back to this. We're almost done with it.
This is what I'm talking
What's
about.
up, Beard?
Big slow motion action sequence. Who knows if you live or die? Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go.
Want to do some cocaine? Hey, cocaine is the one thing that Feige said is off limits. What about Bolivian marching powder?
They know all the slang terms. They have a list.
Even snowboarding?
Even disco dust.
White girl interrupted?
Even forest bump.
Do you want to build a snowman?
Yes!
That is not going to be in the film.
Nope.
I guarantee you that is not in the film.
I think it will be. I think that's for the trailer to sell it to us. Literally to us, to the people in this chat right now.
My problem with it is I don't like it. Especially ending the trailer with that when they had just literally ended it with this great "let's fucking go" from both of them. Like that would have been a great place to end it. Like even with them jumping through the portal. Like
Yeah, they had to end it on a joke, of course. But
So
they shot that specifically for sales to us.
So this is the current trend with trailers. You have a trailer for the trailer, and then a post-credit scene for the trailer.
Yeah. Yep.
And it's annoying.
And I understand that that's what they made it for, Prof. My issue is the placement of it, and also the fact that it's so on the nose.
As well.
Like
It's so on the nose. And the placement was remarkably stupid because you broke up the synergy of what you had with. Let's fucking
like, right? You're hyped. Yes, let's go to this movie. No.
And the G credit, in done kind of shit. Yeah, no, you're right. They should have put it in the movie.
Yeah.
Well,
I think it would have worked. It would have been better in the middle.
Yes.
It's one of those. It's kind of like it's kind of like, hey guys, we understand that Marvel has been bad.
Oh, turn up your mic, Drunken.
Oh. It's kind of like they know that their stuff has not been bad, but they want to just kind of draw everyone in and say like, hey, we're going to mock a little bit of Frozen with Let's Build a Snowman, and hey, we're going to mention Feige's name because everyone's upset with what Feige's doing. But yeah, it's purely trying to draw him in
to the film.
Yeah. But listen.
You're saying this is all
Reynolds.
the whole
He
trailer
leads
is nothing but
audited this
pandering to us.
I don't
right?
think so.
Yes,
not all. Well, not all of it.
Press X.
The meme with Steve Buscemi. It's like, hey, right-wing fandom menace, want to buy some of our movie tickets? That's what it is.
If it wasn't Ryan Reynolds, I would agree with you.
Yeah, I
I'm
will say
kind of
this.
with you there. I think this might be. You mentioned James Gunn and how he was given creative control for Guardians. It's kind of the same thing because Ryan Reynolds for a couple years called their bluff. He said, "I'm not doing it unless I can do it right." He was willing to walk if it's not done to the same
That's why
standards.
the movie got delayed as much as it did. People are saying it was delayed because he wanted it to be the way he wanted it, especially rated R. He was not going to do it if it wasn't going to be rated R. I have to make sure I make
He
that
brought
clear.
back the original writer who Marvel didn't want to bring on. They
Is it
wanted
being
to bring
directed by
someone
the
else
same
entirely.
guy? Is it being directed by the same guy that directed this other
I
one?
hope you're right.
By Tim Miller.
So.
I hope you're right. I hope you're
Remember,
right. I hope you're right.
No, Tim Miller was fired basically during the first one because he can't. He
Oh, this one's directed by Sean Levy. This one, this is the guy that he's had with that Netflix movie with that one little kid.
Yeah.
Oh,
so, have you guys heard the?
Can I just?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hold on. Can I just one thing? Okay, WSEE in Ryan We Trust. I'm just gonna push back with one name from Disney Lucasfilm, Dave Filoni. You can't.
I never liked Dave Filoni though. Fuck that guy and his fucking cowboy hat.
You see, Ryan Reynolds is like Dave Filoni. He's not gonna back down for this character. This is why Kevin Feige removed him from.
You don't know this.
He won't. I'm telling you. Like Iron said, the reason
I want to be wrong
so many times is
I
because
want to be
of
wrong.
him. Yeah,
See,
I want to be wrong.
You guys hear the rumors
I want to be wrong
about the fact that Tatiana Maslany was supposed to be in this movie as She-Hulk. Ryan Reynolds thought everything that she thought was basically shit, and they cut all of it out.
Yep.
Like they chopped all of She-Hulk out of it. That does give me hope that Ryan Reynolds had some kind of fucking control over this.
And
if
as much
shit can her altogether,
yeah,
that's pretty fucking big.
And as much as it sucks,
I am still
whether or not Ryan Reynolds actually had creative control. It's going to be a movie if he had it. If he didn't have the creative control that we think that he did, then it's going to be shit and it's going to fucking fall through the floor. We in week one
again.
At it
again. I go back to Owen Wilson, Tara Strong. These are Kevin Feige characters.
How much are they in it? That's what I need to know. Like if we're talking more than if they're in it for 5-10 minutes, fine. If they're in half the fucking movie, then yeah, it's gonna then you know what happened and it's shit.
Yeah.
Are they just going to be a plot point, or are they going to be?
That's what
I have no idea.
I think
no
idea. Plot point.
This is the problem that people don't even bring up. It doesn't even matter what this movie does because whatever's coming afterwards is dog shit. Who's looking forward to Captain America?
That's exactly right.
Because this is the thing.
Completely true.
Oh, because outside of the box office, because let's be honest here, the movie has to make around $900 to $1 billion to make profit anyway. Will it hit that? I don't know. Money.
Wait. Listen, Joker, I wanted to say I wasn't saying to make $1 billion profit. I think $1 billion is what the theaters will bring in.
No,
I'm not saying it'll make $1 billion
happen.
profit. I think
It's
so
not gonna
because Hugh Jackman.
One more thing.
All Deadpool fans are waiting for this, and like everyone has said, we're hoping this is going to be the last good movie.
Okay,
I'll see it once.
I'm going to push back on that. Okay, and I'm going to push back on that with one thing: the timing of this film. It is set to release late July, which basically means you're going to run August. There's one problem now with that. The problem with that is now you're up against back to school spending.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a tight time of year.
Now, this is the first Deadpool movie to be released in the summer. These were never summer blockbusters. They were low budget superhero movies that were always They were February releases, Valentine's Day.
Caused them to do
not a big time slot for blockbusters.
Deadpool 1, I saw 7 times in the theater. You got repeat views with Deadpool 1. Everybody hit that constantly. Even Deadpool 2.
Had legs.
Deadpool 2
legs.
4 times. The thing I don't think with Deadpool 3 is that I think it isn't even if the movies is good. Those movies came out before COVID. Those movies came out before the film industry started fucking imploding. You can go see a great movie right now and it's not going to have any fucking legs. You're going to have like a half full theater and shit. And this is what you're up against is it's post COVID. And you're probably not going to get a shit ton of repeat viewers because everyone knows it's going to show up on stream.
That's right. I was just about to say that. Like, that was good. I'm not going to spend $25 per person to go see it again when I can wait 2 weeks for it to be on.
Well, you're not buying a ticket for Selena? Does Selena get to go?
And
it's $25 a person.
Okay, and I'll say this now: as far as the ticket prices go, Iron and his lovely wife know right about where I live. You know where Sam's Town is, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
$5 matinee, best deal in best deal in town.
Because Professor brought up
but wait, hold on. most Marvel films post Endgame, you look at the first 5 days. That's about half of what the film is gonna make. They are so front loaded.
Yeah, very true.
That everyone who wants to see the film will go see it within the first 5 days.
Yeah. So Professor brought up that, and Joker brought up too, and I'll just tackle to that. The big problem with these movies now is they are super front loaded. That's every blockbuster ever, but it's much different now. They make all their money mostly up front in the first opening weekend, and then it survives off word of mouth. Most movies, the reason why they've even made profit or even made breaking even is because of word of mouth. Now, it'll make a lot of money opening weekend, but it just really just depends off word of mouth. If word of mouth is
Top Gun Maverick. Top Gun Maverick made $1 billion.
Yeah, word of mouth. Word of mouth carried it.
It was word of mouth.
I think it's gonna work for this too.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is even with Maverick, it had a slow opening weekend.
Yeah.
And then it just had the leg.
That's why I'm saying it's going to work for this too.
No, I don't think so, Darnell, because Maverick had no way to stream. Everyone knows in 2 months this is going to be up on fucking Disney Plus. That's the problem. Maverick, you had to see that shit in the theater because there was nowhere for it to go.
Godzilla -1 did survive off word of mouth. That one Ching Chong movie with that bitch from A24. I forgot her name.
I will go back to Guardians of the Okay, so Guardians of the Galaxy 3 had a horrible opening weekend.
Yeah, that's true.
118 mil. Cleared $800 million because of word of mouth, and it just started legging and legging and legging and legging.
That was a weird one for sure.
This was not a film that they expected to do well. The problem is, again, this is the only theatrical release for Marvel this year. All their eggs are being put in this basket. This thing has to be a massive success.
It will be.
Joker. Okay, I think that's why they had to wrest control of this to Ryan Reynolds, because they knew that if they lose out on this, their stockholders are going to fucking dump them.
If they fuck up Deadpool, they can't come back from that. If they fuck up Deadpool and Wolverine together in the same movie, there's no.
Also, let me make sure I point this out, which is the first two Deadpool movies you brought up earlier. They took in $700-ish million a piece. Right now, that was just Deadpool doing that alone by himself. Now he's got Wolverine. That's definitely going to have an impact there. I'm just saying that will have an impact.
I don't think this has any impact on Disney coming back.
I am flops for jumping me. What did I do? I'm the black guy. Joker, he's black too.
Okay, I am just saying the brand damage is so catastrophic to Marvel that I cannot give them the benefit of the doubt. I can't.
I wouldn't either. I wouldn't either.
And as I've said multiple times, I want to be wrong. I just haven't been. I've got a good track record.
So what I think is going to happen, and I don't think that this is what Marvel doesn't come back from. It isn't Marvel, it's Disney. I think that if this movie does bad, if they fucked it up and the word of mouth goes to shit, that it actually affects their stock price pretty quickly. Yeah. Because it's the only movie this year. The street's going to see that. They're going to say, damn, everyone's been right about what Disney's doing to Marvel. They didn't let Ryan Reynolds have creative control. This movie went to shit. It made what? Maybe 120 million opening weekend. If it only does that, even if it does that, 120 million opening weekend, worldwide is going to be seen as a failure. Like it's
okay.
It hits their stock price at that point.
I will say this. The best opening weekend film from Marvel Studios post Endgame was Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. Domestically, 187 mil, 430 global. If this film is 200 mil or more, domestically, it has a shot. It has a legitimate shot. Anything less than 130 mil, this film is doomed.
What gives me hope is that Ryan Reynolds is supposed to be in at least 4 MCU projects after this movie. But in February, Feige removed him from all projects because he's too hard to work with. In this case, that means Ryan Reynolds kept things as close to the source as possible.
Hard to work with.
But this incident specifically is because he stayed to source material. I guarantee 100%. That is why that would mean
we were talking about. Oh, go ahead,
go. Earlier, I wanted to make this point with Ryan Reynolds. Like, I'm actually more on JV's like mindset with it. Like, I kind of doubt a lot of this. I don't trust it. But at the same time, to the point of Ryan Reynolds, even when he was in Blade Trinity, he was using that as an audition to be Deadpool. Like, he loves Deadpool. He is creating Deadpool to be Deadpool. And so when he got cast as Deadpool in that fuckery shit that they thought was Deadpool because they're idiots, he was so pissed off that he pushed and pushed and pushed to get his Deadpool, which is the Deadpool. So I can be on that side of the argument, but at the same time, I distrust Disney so much that they could have had the reins real tight on him to where it's completely fucked. But I'm not fully doubting its possibility that Ryan Reynolds was able to make it because he did get Hugh Jackman in on it. So
here's my theory real quick. And we've been saying bait and switch, how this movie could definitely have the Marvel bait and switch in it. I don't think it is. I think the movie itself is the bait and switch. They're going to go ahead, let Ryan Reynolds do what he wants to do, make a really good standalone Deadpool movie. This is not going to save the MCU the way they think it is.
Yes.
They think that by doing letting a good movie get released, drawing back fans, that's going to regain our trust in Disney Marvel. That's not going to happen. Even if this movie turns out to be fucking great, which I hope it is, turns out to be everything that the fans of this series think it could be, it's not going to do anything for the MCU. Now, if this movie does turn out to be shit and there is a bait and switch within the movie and it sucks, all that's going to do is damage Disney Marvel beyond the point of repair, which it already is, but it's gonna take some of the normies that still have faith and crush their dreams completely too. Go ahead.
Even if successful, they're going to treat it the same way as No Way Home, where they saw what worked, but they took the wrong. They reacted poorly to it. I can't.
They learned the wrong lessons. They learned the wrong lessons from it.
Yeah. Because even if Deadpool and Wolverine brings people back to theaters, I hope people understand, even if this is going to save the MCU, it's only going to save them for this year. The next movie's coming out is Captain America 4. Okay?
Which is being reshot again.
Brave New World. Horrible name. Horrible name.
Which we know just got reshot so bad, people started walking out the theater. This is test screenings. We ourselves haven't. If people are walking out from the test screenings, I imagine
again, not for the first time. Again,
the third time, right? After that, okay, Thunderbolts.
Okay, I'm just going to let you know. Captain America 4 is on its second complete reshoot.
Yes.
Second complete reshoot.
People are
Hi, Gal.
Hi, Gal.
So
sorry.
Okay, so hang on. So the budget for Captain America 4, just for production, you're looking at $500 million minimum.
I think more.
You think from all the reshoots? You think so? No way. It would have to be at least 400.
Because $500 million total production budget. Total production budget, because you're not paying the actors more, and you're not paying the directors more. So that's going to shorten that a little bit. So now with
Hi, Thor.
with
Hi,
marketing, with marketing, add another 200 million on that for a $700 million price tag. That film is gonna have to hit about $1.5 billion to make zero.
And it's not going to
Not
come
happening.
You don't know
Will
if
not
the
even
next
come.
movie
Gonna
coming out-
bomb. It's
the
gonna
next
bomb
movie-
worse than probably all of the.
Marvels?
There's no enthusiasm even
the
among
next,
normies.
the
for
next
this movie.
movie after Thunderbolts is Fantastic Four, which they already started off on a bad foot after their casting with a race swapped Silver Surfer. Okay, after that we have Blade, which has
Well,
been in production hell ever
Hold
since
on,
2019.
Hold on.
Okay. It's not a race swapped Silver Surfer. It is an alternate universe 4-issue female Silver Surfer.
Established
That nobody fucking cared about to begin with.
Keep in mind. Keep in mind. This is the character. This is the character that no one knew about until they actually had to look the character up, which goes to show you no one gave a fuck about this character to begin with. Then Blade comes out. Keep in mind, Blade fired a director we never even heard got announced to work on the project. Remember, the director, when he was announced to get fired, we never heard he got hired in general. That's terrible.
And
these directors aren't directors; they're cast.
It's being rewritten right now again.
Yes,
Okay,
from the slave vampires, which it was.
Stop, Emma. You have to look
and
female surfer.
And one more thing about Blade. And one more thing about Blade. Mashallah Ali has threatened to walk off. Oh, dear God in heaven. What is that?
I can have whatever gender I want. I'm the third. Wow.
This feels
Hopefully,
so
Az
wrong.
is not watching. He'll be turned on.
Right?
Oh my God! Did you put some man tits up on here or something?
To me, as
Hey! Well, I just have two words about the whole Deadpool thing.
No.
Yeah, shut the fuck up! I've been trying to say it for like an hour. Marina Bakari.
Yeah, she's probably only going to be in it for like 5 minutes.
I know
so-
it sucked, man. She looked so good in
That-
Deadpool 2, and they had her for 5 seconds in there at the beginning. And I was like, oh.
And they've broken up apparently in this movie.
What?
You should watch.
I don't give a shit. Honestly, Jesus, that woman was
I'm
beautiful.
pretty sure there's going to be an explanation for that. Like, did
Hey,
we
man,
lose somebody else?
Watch.
Dude, I watched Gotham.
Watch the series.
I watched Gotham.
Oh,
That's when
fuck
I watched
Gotham.
Gotham.
Fuck
I was like,
Gotham. Fuck
That's
Gotham.
the only good thing on that
That
show.
was stupid. That,
She was great.
that show
I
was
liked her.
dumb. That show was dumb. Show
You
was
don't like
dumb.
the casting? They had some great castings, man.
there was some
fuck
cool
that
shit
show.
in Gotham.
What?
Fuck that
You
show.
on crack?
Fuck that
Where's
show.
the air July mean? Give me that crack. Joker.
My favorite show is Echo.
Now,
Hey, man, you want to see something dope?
Hold on. Diesel, just for you, look up the series Homeland. The Marina, she gets naked. She gets naked in.
Oh yeah, them titties is out.
That show.
Oh man, I kind of like that. I like the mystique of her not being like it's just kind of classy. That's
go
like
watch it.
Go
Go watch it. You're gonna watch it. Don't lie.
Hey man, I got
Watch
something
it.
I saw. Hey, y'all want to see some cool? Let me send this.
I guess Gotham sucked.
Dude, it was a couple cool things that I enjoyed. My daughter and I used to watch it. So I have a special place. Hey! I enjoyed watching some of it with my daughter. It has a special place in my heart for that reason.
Well, this is a great thing.
It's been the most heated show we've ever had. It's been great.
The fact that
Cats getting into fights. We're getting into fights.
No, I'm saying the only movies that are appealing in this phase after what we just talked about is just the 2 Avengers movies. Avengers 5 is kind of screwed because they lost Kang. I don't know what it's going to be.
And by the time those come out, no one's gonna give a fuck about those either.
Speaking of which, man, I started to watch just because I saw the clip and holy shit, because about the 5-year anniversary of Endgame, when Cap is like, it's like on your left, and everyone shows up in that fucking. That was like, So I went back and started rewatching.
That show was written. That film was written in 2015.
Yeah,
that show was written.
I know,
that
man. It was
written
like
in 2015.
they put some modern day bull jive in there, but there's still that movie is like on a whole nother level. I mean, they did some really stupid stuff.
Because you had good writers,
and then some other in the time travel stuff. It was just, but there are parts in that movie that are absolutely
okay.
Now, everybody's showing up, Cap picking up the hammer. It's just,
hey, how cool would it be if Wolverine and Deadpool pop out?
And the reason it worked, and the reason that film worked, and the reason that film worked and it worked as well as it did, who was in charge of Marvel in 2015? It wasn't Kevin Feige. It was Ike Perlmutter.
Hey, oh wait.
I'm just saying, Ike Perlmutter saved Kevin Feige from a lot of bad decisions. I want people to really go back and read that book that Bob Iger and Kevin Feige both put out back in 2018. Ike Perlmutter, he said some really weird stuff. Kevin Feige wanted the MCU to look like this. He was talking about diversity for a long time ago, and now it looks like shit.
2018.
He said
Screen Rant. 2018 Screen Rant. He set it out, and all Gary did was give it a nickname. That's all he did.
Yeah, he said point blank by the later on down the road, there will be more female heroes and villains in the MCU than male. And that's
I'm having a Mandela effect. I swear to fucking God, he said MCU in that interview. I swear to God, he said MCU.
It was crazy.
No, he didn't. That was coined by Gary, but a few of the actors have accidentally slipped.
I know, but I remember seeing the interview and thinking he just fucking said MCU. They're turning this into fucking women. I swear to God, I had that thought while I was watching the video.
And then now Bob Iger is like,
Chris Gore said it best that Disney is they are turning, and they have turned Star Wars and Marvel into girl brands.
Yeah, it's worked out so well for them.
Working.
Dude, come on. They're selling so much. They're making so much money. Come on. It's like you'd have to be a bigot to not understand that.
I mean, they're shaming the fans into what's going on here.
I actually don't know. Professor's doing some deep throating the ice cream,
I'm
which you
dying right now.
No! Why do you have big titties?
Hey.
No! Remember what happened to Common Nerd? You can't do that.
Oh man, Jesus fucking
this
Christ!
This is not good. This is XX rated.
Take it off. Take it off. Take it off.
Take it off.
No. Well, I guess my young channel's about to go the way of Jesse's in the banana.
Exactly.
Point out. One thing very important. We gotta go on Twitter and screenshot Iron's subscriber account because he's 2 subscribers away from hitting 100.
Yes, that's right.
Oh yeah, once I hit 100 on both YouTube and Rumble, I will be doing a 24-hour stream after the Rogues Gallery on Friday night. Just like
So we are quite a ways away on Rumble though. We only have 24 subscribers. So if anybody hasn't subscribed on
I have
Rumble,
more than that. I thought.
Get to Rumble.
You have 24?
Oh no, man! I might not have subscribed.
Hey,
check this out. I put this link in the private chat. Check this out, man. There is a commercial from 1979 for, for the Big Chat Alien. It's got little kids playing with this damn thing.
Oh yeah, I remember that commercial. Here, we need a palate cleanser anyway. Let's throw that in real quick.
This is an absolute trip, man. It looks like they just watched this movie. Let's get to Alien.
Next stream,
this white cream.
You're gonna eat a peach live on stream. No.
You make eye contact.
Well, eye contact the whole time. What's the ladies know? Nothing but tongue.
Alien can't be beat. What's happened with the light? Don, he'll destroy the spaceship. We've lost. Better find another ship. Let's try the kitchen. Another triumph for Alien.
Another triumph.
Alien action figure.
That thing's actually got the skull in the cat too from '79, man. Because that original mask, it looked like
I've seen those for sale at the collectible shops. They usually go for anywhere between $500 and $700 on
The
average.
NECA, I had the NECA 18-inch one, which was basically kind of like an updated version of that, which was a whole lot more accurate, man. I should have kept it.
Yeah, but that original one,
Big chap,
from the
it's the
70s,
big
that's
chap. It's
if you can
valuable.
find that in box, it goes for
dude,
a fucking lot.
But what trips out is like the original. I didn't know it for the longest time until I saw like a picture of the actual alien, like the whole head and everything that was done. It's an actual human skull, and the top of the dome is clear and you can see through it. It's just it looks black in all the shots because it's so dark in that film. But it's an actual. Giger is such a fucked up psychopath, man. That's an actual like human skull.
Yeah, he was one of my favorite artists of all time.
Like James Cameron, what he did was like just because they had so many more aliens in there, he kind of like took that dome off so that it wouldn't crack because they were going to have so many action scenes with people running around and stuff like that. So he kind of took that off, and that's where you get the ridged head or like the warrior alien. It's how that became known after that because they had to have so many and do the action shots. But that original one, that shit is. I remember I saw the first picture of it. I was like, I'd never seen it, and it's just this open eye socket skull, man. I was like, it's so pretty. I love how it was marketed to kids. Hey, get the alien. Like, the
Dude, the 70s and 80s were like that, man. They had Rambo action. There was a Rambo. They made a animated series of every rated R movie. Rambo the series.
Rambo.
There was RoboCop cartoons.
RoboCop. Yeah. All
No,
that
not
stuff,
Commando.
man. They didn't give man. I grew up playing with lawn darts with my best friend. We didn't know what the fuck you were supposed to do with them. So his idea, and lawn darts are giant metal spikes that have like you could just throw, and they have like it's like they're basically
like a dart, a big dart.
It's a dart.
like
It's a dart,
but a giant metal one. Like we threw them up in the air and dodged them when they came back down.
They're about like that long, almost 3 feet.
Yeah, they're long steel darts that you could definitely impale yourself with, man.
It's funny you bring that up. I brought that up at work just this past week on a Monday. We're talking about things that we will never see as toys anymore for kids nowadays. And we brought up
an actual gun.
Well, they do still sell lawn darts, but they're all plastic with like a heavy rounded like a ball, half ball in now. They're not like metal. Yeah, I know. I remember those. I play with those.
You didn't take the long darts and throw them at the homeless people in the alleyway? I thought that's what they were for. Shit.
You know what else? Let me show you something else real quick, Iron, while we were going over some of this stuff.
Let me show you something, Diesel.
I don't want to see your gay shit.
Shirt bikini.
All right, yeah, go ahead and throw it in the private chat. We'll do that, and then we're going to start wrapping up. And
oh yeah, I just
we should play the
Freddy Alvarez. Here we go.
MSKWs.
Oh yeah, that dude. Check it out. Here we go, man.
I love MSK.
So much gold has come out today as far as like Alien Day, man. I was like, and Freddy Alvarez with his remote control facehugger. This is the coolest shit, dude. I had a plush one, and my daughter used to chase me with it and tell me that Spider's gonna get you. Look at that.
Oh god.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
that's pretty fucking cool.
I need one of those.
Yay! Practical effects.
I know, right? That's why I've got hope.
See, I thought you were talking about something for sale that he was playing with. This is actually a practical effect from the show, or the movie.
Like he got as
Looks
many
great.
people that worked on Aliens as he could to work on the practical effects and puppetry for this film. Like it's gonna be dope. And let me tell you something, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, man, they had the girl coming out with a gun like Ripley. If they had the pulse rifle or that basically prehistoric, the preamble to like the M41A pulse rifle, and they had that thing make that noise like Aliens, I'm gonna fucking lose my shit, man. I've been waiting since 1986 to hear that gunfire like that, man. Basically, like they took those guns and they ran it through a sound mixer and put a fucking like a flanger guitar pedal on it, man. It gave it that sound. It's like sound. That's seriously. All of these fucking shitty alien movies that have come out since then, and nobody could like be bothered to like, you know what? Let's throw a pulse rifle in there. The games though, yeah, man. Fucking A, man. If I had the money, man, I would get me I'd make a poor man's Thompson and make myself a fucking pulse rifle. They have kits you could do that. You get a Winchester 12 gauge shotgun down on the bottom for a grenade launcher. I would like to get the German MG42 to make a smart gun, but like those are kind of hard to come across, man.
Yeah, a little bit.
The smart gun was an MG42,
Well,
like they were mowing people down with it, Saving Private Ryan, man.
We're right at the 2-hour mark, and we got some things to do before MSK's show, so we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here. We actually completed one topic. We didn't get to Stellar Blade or George Lucas coming back to Disney. Here's the thing. George Lucas, I don't care if he comes back or not.
Nobody does.
It's not going to matter. Not going to matter.
While I have a shred of hope for one bit of property being put out by Disney Marvel, being Deadpool, I have hope for that. I have zero for they could do anything with Star Wars at this point. I don't care. He could come back. He could not. I don't care.
English.
Fuck it.
It's dead.
And Stellar Blade, I'll be streaming later on this evening. First time doing a gaming stream, so we're going to see how that goes. I'll probably just have it on YouTube and Rumble. I might try to get it set up on Kick as well, depending on if I can get my new capture card working properly. But we're going to go ahead and do outros here. Start same way, going this way down. Professor Savage Dad, you got anything coming up this evening or later on next week?
Nothing crazy coming up this week. Next week, I've got Wrong Think with Devil Made Me Do It here on YouTube. I believe we're streaming on Rumble as well. I've got Rogues Gallery with you guys. I got MSK Sunday night and Wednesday night. And if Helhound sends another $50 chat, I'll eat a peach live on next Rose Gallery. No teeth, no chewing, all tongue. That one's for the ladies.
Don't do it, Hellhound, please.
I think he's playing with his kid right now. I don't think he's here.
Diesel, we got to get our sci-fi show worked out so you can just go off on Alien all you want, man.
Yeah, or X-Files, dude. I could go off like
I'm looking forward to that too.
X-Files is probably like my favorite show of all time because it went on for so long, and like the first couple seasons of that show, man, that shit was scary as fuck, dude. There was some messed up stuff that went on with that, and it was great because, and you know what's funny is it's like you look at it now and it's just like, hey man, we believe the FBI gave a shit about us and was looking out for the people and we're trying to protect us from shit, man. It's just like now you look at it, you're just like, knowing that's some science fiction.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Everybody thought the FBI was heroes in that show. Well, you know, it is a work of fiction.
Scully,
it was like we were all naive back in the day. But
that's the thing, though, with that show, Mulder and Scully were the good guys. The rest of the FBI was constantly trying to fuck them.
Yeah, they were.
Skinner was good.
Skinner was good too.
He didn't start off good. He was a dick at first.
He was a dick at first.
As the show progressed and he opened up, he got a lot better.
Hey, and you know who else was involved with freaking X-Files and why it was so good, man? Vince Gilligan.
Breaking Bad, yeah.
Vince Gilligan.
Good writer.
You want to see
Drunken Emerald? You coming up, man?
Got MSK on Sunday night.
Nice.
Rogues Gallery next Friday.
Awesome.
And just whatever kind of just pops up throughout the week.
You coming for the after
right on,
party?
Man. We love having you here.
Oh yeah, I'll be in tonight.
Will you be coming for me to the after party? Right?
Wow. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, it kind of threw me for a loop with Professor. I mean, that one's got me a little confused. Not gonna lie.
Like I said, I'll keep it.
But I will say, George Lucas is gonna save Star Wars. Deadpool's gonna save the MCU.
I love you.
Fuck off.
I love that kid.
Best clip ever.
Best line ever.
But no, yeah, when it comes down to it, Deadpool is either going to do very well, and it's going to stand on its own legs, but it's going to do nothing for MCU, or they're going to have brought too much of the MCU in, and any shred left of any goodwill will be completely destroyed.
Yeah, pretty much.
Fair enough.
All right. And Joker making your first appearance this evening.
Yes. Well, let's see. If you want, you can sub to my channel and start watching stuff because I'm only 500 hours away from getting monetized. I'm just saying, not not a shameless plug for myself or anything, but I
go
cover
subscribe. New videos every morning, pretty much.
But I cover entertainment news. I do movie reviews, TV show reviews. I even cover the WWE because let's face it, pro wrestling has become more entertaining than
It's back.
Hollywood.
It's back.
I am just
Triple H has brought it back to its heyday. It's back.
So I've actually got to watch the first night of the draft so I can make content on that. But thank you for having me. I met a few of you in the Vegas. Please keep coming back to Vegas. It's a fun little place, and my bar is awesome. I'm not gonna lie, especially.
I'll just say, have you ever dated a black girl?
No.
He's asking for himself.
That's good.
I was gonna say, man, like when I come out to Vegas, man, don't you guys like serve like if you're not drinking, you serve like free like diet soda or something to somebody if they're not drinking? Or
Are you a girl?
Depends on the bar.
What?
Okay.
Like
Diesel,
I would be giving tips or something like that, man.
Diesel, just because you said that, if you order a diet soda, I'm charging you triple for it.
You're talking about you guys are giving me shit because I drink diet shit. Motherfucker, I am ripped and jacked as a motherfucker. You wanna go down that route? And I am damn near a decade sober. I don't fuck around, man.
Hey, Diesel, I'll have the cooler in the back of my vehicle. I'll have the cooler in the back of my vehicle because unfortunately, the Millennial Fan Bar does charge for that.
Oh, man, I could buy I would buy like, hey man, can I buy like a lot? I just remember going to bars sometimes with people sober, like
designated
they would
drivers.
give you could get like soda and shit like that.
Yeah, they give you for free. Yeah.
That's the way they were around here, man. I mean, I'd like give them tips, which I ain't no cheap bastard. I'd be like, here is a 20 or something like that, man. I'm like,
man, Vegas charges a resort fee after the hotel fee, and then ask for a deposit before you even get the hotel room. I was like,
and
when's that happen?
Also, you guys, if you come to Vegas, these two up here do an amazing thing. If you drink way too much, which all y'all, all of y'all who come to Vegas, you all are amateurs when it comes to being in bars. I am just saying.
Nope.
These guys will not charge with you, but they will make sure that you get home safe. Amazing folks.
Selena didn't give me a date. Selena said she was going to give me a girl when I was there.
You know, if I was around you guys more, I might not have gotten so many of my driving awards.
Vagabond, you going to be on MSKs later tonight, man?
No, he's black.
Oh, well.
All right. Well, what else you got going on this week?
Nothing much. Just I need to finish editing some videos and upload them finally once and for all. I say that every
I know
week.
how that is.
So, other than that, nothing much going on. Just whoever invites me on their streams, I'll be there, and I'll be at some different cons and stuff coming up, and concerts and stuff, and recording those as well.
Right on.
Awesome. And last but not least, MSK. We'll see you later this evening. I put the link to MSK's Rumble in the chat. Everybody go and follow him over there. You got anything going on the YouTubes now that you're unbanned? You're last, Darnell. Sorry.
I'm gonna try and make sure I put out more consistent videos because I know a lot of people like them. It's just when you have your days off and you're like just chilling, you want to do a video, but you like laying down so much instead of getting up to do the video, you just lay down more. Yeah. So
okay.
What happened?
If I may,
sure. Yeah.
If I may, my YouTube coach, who some of you may know who this is, the Mexican Iron Man.
Mm-hmm. I'm Black Iron Man.
He said the one thing that will help your channel grow the most: consistency. get on a pattern.
No, I know.
Keep
I'm
that
I'm
going.
lazy and black.
Usually
like Don
is.
Lemon
Usually
said.
is.
No, it's
Okay, good. Good.
Yeah,
I'm just
I had a bigger channel before, and yeah, that's really all it is. Just consistency, just really just gets it there.
Yeah.
I put out the trailer reactions; they're done. I have the discussion videos lined up to do. The comic channel will have more content on there when I can download the YouTube content to put it on my Rumble channel. Actually, so the comic manga channel is ready to go. I just got to make sure I'm putting out the stuff that me and Professor did on there, and we're gonna have indie comic books there. And people always ask us that, but it'll be there. But I'm not gonna be like super nice either. If your fucking comic sucks, I'll tell you that shit fucking sucks to your face. You know,
right on. Oh, and by the way, you two up here.
Yes.
When the A's come to Vegas, Mikey's coming to Vegas
Really?
too.
Ooh.
Oh, hold on. You'll have to let us know when. I'd like to meet him.
Well, he is going because he is going to buy a house out here.
Oh, no shit.
Oh, cool.
Because he still lives because he still lives in South Carolina. I just saw him a couple of months ago. He was out here with Paulie from Latino Slam.
Paulie is cool as shit.
Paulie's great. And he was talking about buying a house, and he was like, I don't want to Airbnb it, so I might need someone to kind of live there and kind of maintain it. And I'm like, oh, I could think of someone because if Mikey buys a house, that place is gonna be dope. I'm just saying.
By the way, Paulie is also a recovering alcoholic. It doesn't quite have as much time as I do. I actually have 9 years, 5 months, and 10 days. No, wait.
Congratulations, man.
No. 14 to 6. 12 days. My bad. 12 days.
That's awesome.
Congratulations.
I'd like to thank the Academy for this award. I'd like to thank basically Jesus. I'd like to thank every black person out there in the hood who shoots everybody, for this award. Thank you so much.
So Darnell, what's up? What's happening with you?
Yep.
Oh,
I like to shove this can of Pringles up Darnell's ass.
Still got that show with Helhound, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, we had to. We kind of put off this week because Helhound got called away a bunch for work.
Goddamn white
We had
guy.
to put that on hold.
Shout out to him. Hail.
Yeah. Yes. Helhound. It was awesome. The 50. Yeah. So I'm gonna be on Get Ranked with the Devil Made Me Do It on Sunday for wrestling the top faces from the Golden Era. Sorry.
Oh,
that's gonna be a good show,
Golden
man.
Era.
That's gonna be a
Golden
fun one.
Era. Wow. That's
yeah.
That's going back a ways.
Yeah, and having been watching wrestling since freaking early '80s, and then having done it for 2 years. For 2 years, that was in the indie circuits. That I have a good insight into wrestling.
Maybe,
Get Ranked is a great show.
It
I'm gonna
is.
put the link to
Yeah.
Devil's channel in the chat.
Maybe hook up with me on Twix X whatever, and maybe for my the Wednesday show overbooked. I might be able to bring you on.
Sweet, man. I love talking wrestling. I've just gotten back into it recently since Triple H took back over, and it's getting good again.
I watched
They brought CM Punk back, so I'm all in now.
Awesome. Well, we had a pretty good show. It got a little heated at times on the panel and the chat. It got extremely homoerotic at times, thanks to certain members of the
hot
panel
and
here.
heavy.
Really
It's
hot.
the first time I've stayed the entire time, and you guys are just gay as fuck.
I'll be back.